just a bit.
Okay, thanks, Michelle. Education Department officials say the legislators didn't do anything with the school funding during the past session.
So they're taking matters into their own hands. KOMU8's Rebecca Wolf is live outside the Capitol in Jefferson City with the details.
Jim and Angie, the state's formula calls for spending just over $6,000 on each student per year in public schools. Now, the Department of Education wanted to increase that amount by about $500 next year and by a similar amount the following year. Now, what they found after doing some calculations was that by the year 2014, that would put the state in $700 million worth of debt. Now, that means that a lot of school districts here in Missouri are going to see a decrease in state funding. I spoke to the superintendent of Centralia Schools today, and he gave me his reaction.
One of the worst things that can happen to superintendents in the development of a budget is not knowing. And I think that's the frustrating part a lot of times is what we were seeing were such wild swings in what one school was going to get versus another.
Now, I talked to the deputy commissioner of the education department earlier today, and I asked him if he was worried about lawsuits coming from some of these schools that kind of got the shorter end of the stick. Now, what he told me in response to that was that every school in this situation got the shorter end of the stick because the state just can't come up with the funds to pay for any of this. Now, the superintendent of Centralia Schools actually told me his district is one of the few not receiving a decrease in funding, but he's still not happy with the plan because he doesn't think this is a permanent fix to the problem. Now, the current plan is to just try and maintain that $6,000 price tag and hope that the state eventually comes up with the money it needs to fund this formula. Reporting live from the state capitol, Rebecca Wolf, KOMU8 News.